Hello, welcome to What's Up, Doc. I'm your host, Dr. Grego, and for the next half hour, we're going to take you on a journey through health, healthier lifestyle, healthier living, and how exactly do you do it. So stay tuned. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of What's Up, Doc. I'm your host, Dr. Grego, of course, and this week we have a, returning guest, a very special guest.
Special guest.
Somebody who's very near and dear to my heart, my brother, Kevin Grego. Kevin?
Hey, brother. Thanks for inviting me back. I wasn't sure you were going to do that.
It was touch and go for a minute. But no, of course, we want to have you back. We want to have you on the show. You know, we have something fairly exciting, I think, coming up.
Grand opening. Can't get any more exciting than that.
That's right, that's right. So the grand opening now, let's talk about it for a minute, because what are we grand opening? What's coming up?
Is this the only weight loss clinic in LaGrange, Troup County?
You put it on the spot. The clinic, actual clinic. I know there's weight loss.
The Wow Weight Loss Now clinic, our clinic, focusing and specializing in spot reduction weight loss. You have a big tummy, getting it smaller. Other than surgery or surgical type places.
Right, I just heard the ad actually on the radio so there's a surgery center that does weight loss.
That doesn't quite count, because I'm going to go ahead and say that's probably a little cheating and very life-threatening and not the healthiest way to do that. So we're going to go ahead with the proper way of doing that. Are we the only ones?
I would have to say yes.
There's other gyms, but we're not a gym.
No,
so
not a gym anymore.
That's great.
We're
the only ones. Woohoo.
So yeah, LaGrange, congratulations. You got your first weight loss clinic here, and not just any. I got to talk. Can I start? I'm gonna start about the technology.
Yeah, a lot of it.
Because we talk about, everybody goes to a weight loss clinic, or you talk about diet, you talk about what to eat, what to drink, what not to do, and in our clinic we have the opportunity to enhance, right, that diet, which is ketogenic, which happens to be the best way to lose fat because you burn it, you don't store it.
Yep.
Okay, so let's talk about some of the technology then. We have a hyperbaric oxygen chamber.
That's a big word. What does that mean?
Good, I was hoping you were going to ask me that. Hyperbaric oxygen means that we are supersaturating. We are pushing through safely from the top of your head to the bottom of your toes, 100% oxygen.
And how do you do that?
Well, it's a chamber. And you kind of unzips, actually has 3 zippers, right? You open it up, kind of squeeze through it. We have a nice big chair in there that swivels. You can actually read in there too if you like to read something. And you sit there, we zip you up, we turn on the oxygen pump, but we don't stop there.
What do you do?
Well, besides ambient air that's around you that's getting pushed in at 100%, you're actually breathing in 100%, to be accurate, at 3.5 liters, you're about 96, 97%, right? I don't want to exaggerate.
From an oxygen concentrator.
Oxygen concentrator, right? And then it's actually magnetized, both air.
Even more power.
The air that's coming, right, we have 30,000 Gauss, basically. That's the measurement of energy for a magnet. It's pretty powerful. And so the air passes through these magnets and gets magnetized, gets energized. Because we are energy. I mean, that's the bottom line. Everything that we eat, drink, think, rub on, bathe in should have a left-handed spin, should be energetic, and it should give us voltage in our cells. It should donate electrons. It shouldn't steal electrons like Dasani water, reverse osmosis water, distilled water, tap water, God forbid. So those things actually take away from your energy and therefore your life. So you really want to think about
the hyperbaric oxygen, to make it simple,
right?
How much percent, this is stump the doctor question. I think we already talked about it, as you have the answer.
It's supposed to be at the end of the show.
We're speeding up.
Okay, go ahead.
So the stump the doctor question is, how much percent, 84%, 74%, or 44% of every pound of fat someone loses, is it through breath at 84%, 66%, or 44%?
It's at 84%.
It is at 84%. So let's be clear on that. Can you clarify that? So every pound, I was at 250 pounds over. I'm at under 200 pounds now. I lost 50 pounds. Did I not just excrement it out through either pee or poop? You know, my diet, wasn't that what happened?
Some of it, but not the majority of it.
So 16% was my pee, because that's the other 84.
Mm-hmm.
And then the 84% was from what, my breath?
Right.
So when they're in the hyperbaric oxygen chamber, the breathing in the oxygen, how does that, doesn't that
Well, it's
tie
called fatty
together?
acid oxidation.
Okay.
Okay. And so basically that last word, oxidation, meaning to burn up with oxygen. So the more oxygen, the more fat burn.
Now that's simple. See, that was good, because you were going kind of technical with the folks.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah.
I have a predilection sometimes.
You're too smart.
Apologize to
He's
you
too
guys out
smart.
there. So the deal is that we have a lot of oxygen for you to burn a lot of fat.
What about the EWOT therapy form on treadmills?
That's right. So when you're actually doing your cardio, you're actually breathing in 97% oxygen. Right? While you're
And they're,
working out.
while they do the interval training, which, by the way,
Explain interval training.
interval training, you're going to, well, let's go simple. You can go to a track. There's a long part of the track and a curvy part of the track. The long part of the track you walk. The curvy part of the track you jog or run fast. That's an interval, and you repeat that over and over again. Or on a treadmill,
That's good.
say for a minute you go fast, minute you go slow, minute you go incline, minute you go decline, and you just vary it up all the time. When you do that, combined with breathing the oxygen through the oxygen concentrator, like Dr. Mike said, and you do that for a half hour, it's a 4-to-1 return to ratio. So if you walked a normal way on the treadmill, you walked at 3.0 miles an hour for 30 minutes, you burn, you're gonna die, but you burn about 200 calories-ish, maybe. And then if you did it our way with the EWOT therapy, exercise with oxygen therapy, where you're going high, low intervals, breathing oxygen, you're actually gonna burn 2 hours worth of cardio. The same 30 minutes, but it's 4 times the return on your investment.
That's a good bang for your buck.
It sure is. So that's also another way they're going to lose weight through the weight loss clinic.
Sir. So that's we call it cost-benefit analysis.
Could, but it's more health benefit, I guess,
Okay.
analysis. Get more health
Trying
out
to
of
relate
it.
it to money or whatever, but
Yeah.
okay. So that's good. That's really good to know. So we maximize everything there, so they get the best results, the
In
fastest.
the
We're looking
shortest
for
period of
dramatic
time.
results.
Yeah.
That's the bottom
Well, it's
line.
our program is 6 weeks, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And during that 6-week period of time, we focus in on if someone wanted their stomach smaller, they wanted their arms smaller, the legs smaller. There's a lot of people with their stomachs though, and we focus in on the stomach, and that gets smaller drastically.
Because let's go over it one at a time because we do have the time.
Okay.
So I want to start with the body sculpting lasers. Then you can do the next one.
Okay.
Okay. Body sculpting lasers are red light, right? So if someone said, why red? They asked me that, which is an honest question. So red happens to be in a certain nanometer or wavelength, right? And so it's 640 wavelength, nanometer wavelength, and that 640 happens to be red. And if you went a little lower, like around
gotcha.
480, right, you would be blue, more violet, and that color is like
Does
that.
red mean it's hot?
It could be, depending on the power of the laser. Since our lasers are cold, hence the name cold, or it's in
Oh.
the name cold, right? Cold laser, you don't feel it. Technically, you do not feel the laser because it's a low-powered laser, but still gets very dramatic results. Let me share with you just how dramatic. When that light touches your fat cell, it's called photophoresis. It actually opens
That's a big
up.
word.
It is. I'm going to break it down. It opens up the fat cell, becomes porous, right? So that the internal contents, which are all bad, by the way, which is why you got to be careful too when you start
Your
to detox
fat
somebody.
is storing bad toxins.
Contaminants, toxins, anything the body doesn't want, it could store it does store in a fat cell. So when you start to unleash that, you want to make sure that your lymphatics are moving, which is why well, let me finish up with the laser. You got ahead of me. So it opens up the fat cell, the bad contents come out, literally leach out of the cell after about 30 minutes with the lasers, and then the fat cell goes from this big to that big. Boom. In one visit. Not 10 visits. One visit. You got inches lost, wherever stomach, arms, legs, one visit. Okay?
What happens
That's
when
pretty
they-
dramatic.
But what happens when they eat the bad foods again?
Well, if you eat the bad foods again, you fill the cell up again because it doesn't go away. We're not destroying the fat cell. We did have a machine to do that. That was called the cryolipolysis machine. That was a fat freezing machine. And yes, I'm talking, I would not recommend that because, again, we had the machine. It froze the fat, and then it necrosed the tissue. It actually killed the fat cell. And then it wouldn't be there. And then when you ate something that you shouldn't have or whatever, is your birthday,
I
Christmas,
gotcha.
whatever, then instead of going where it would normally go, it might end up on your elbow. It might end up in the side of your neck, in a pocket in the side of your neck. It's not very aesthetically pleasing. People are going to talk. So I got rid of the machine once I realized that was what was going to happen. And so we don't destroy the fat cell. We only open it up so the contents can come out, and then it shrinks.
Okay, so it's totally safe.
Totally
100%
safe. And then I was saying, when those contents come out, they stand on a vibratory machine, a vibratory plate, and they hold on, and it vibrates and moves the lymph, because you have 3 times more lymph than blood, but you don't have a heart to pump your lymph. No pump. So we put you on there so you can move it, so it gets down to your liver, the contents, and then you excrete it again, sometimes through the breath. But again, this isn't fat that this isn't all.
It's the toxins.
It's the toxins in the fat. So you're going through the liver, the kidneys, and then out through the intestines. Okay, so go ahead. What's the next piece of equipment we have?
Well, one of them is waist training corsets.
Oh,
and that is a little different than the sexy things you get at Victoria's Secret. It happens to be something a little
more
dramatic.
No stockings and high heels?
And no garter belts. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's more like grommets, metal grommets with metal things with these ties in the back that you can pull in real tight.
Real tight? You pull them in real tight?
Well, dramatic as it can be.
What have you seen so far?
We can use Tonda, our front desk, just started wearing one, not even a couple of days ago. And she went from a 38 to a 34, and the 34 is too small. She was at a 32.
So wait a minute.
And this is less than a week, 4 inches.
Look, Mr. Carey's turning around too. Make sure we understand this. She was at a 38-inch diameter.
Correct. Barely able to get into that, by the way. It was
barely be able to get in. A couple, 3 days ago.
Yes.
Okay. And now she's shrunk
34, and we just fit her for this morning into the 32. And I was just talking to her. I told you in front of you that we're going to actually have to buy her a 28-inch waist.
And this is happening corset. In days.
Oh, she'll be at a 28 within 2 weeks at the most. As long as she wears it while she sleeps, yeah, she'll be down.
And that's doing the other protocols too.
Everything else. It's because she's doing the laser, she's doing her exercise, she's eating, following the diet. But because the corset is such a dramatic, you can see she knows the inches. It's everything's coming as she goes. It's amazing. Yeah, she's thrilled.
I guess she would be.
You get yours the second week, not the first week. So.
Okay, so again, and then we compile that with all the technology that can drop inches by themselves.
And the diet, so you don't put it back on. The cardio, so you're burning the fat off.
Okay, so let's talk about the diet since you brought that up again.
Ketogenic, best diet in the history of any diet.
Did somebody write a book on that?
You did. Go to Amazon, type in Dr. Michael Grego, find it, read it. Is it free?
It is. I'm going to put you on the spot. Have you read that?
I read the first few pages. And who's the first one to give you a review? Your brother.
It's honest. We're honest here on this show.
Oh, you're going to hear it.
Whether you like it or not. Some people, I can't believe he said that or whatever. Yeah, he did. And okay, so
there's a reason it wasn't pulling in properly.
I mean, and that's cool. We already got like 10, 15 reviews on all 5 stars, so I'm cool with that. But yeah, so it's important. Let's talk about it.
It's an amazing diet. It's testable. You can know when your body's burning its fat, your fat for fuel. You take a urine ketone test strip, you pee on it, and it changes the color.
What color is it to start with? What is it?
Tan. It's a neutral. It's your reactive agent's like a neutral tannish color, and it will change to a light pink / dark / deep purple pink kind of color.
Depending on
how much ketones you're burning, how much fat you're burning. A ketone is made up of fat. I know you're gonna get technical on that, but that's a rough estimate of what you're doing. So when you see a ketone, you know you're using your fat for fuel and you're not storing it. The whole definition of ketosis.
So basically, you got 2 choices.
Glycolysis. You eat everyday foods, you eat your sugars, your starches, your carbohydrates,
diets,
the normal,
diet,
which is sad. Yep. And when you have all those carbs and whatever, when you eat that way, your body switches the switch into glycolysis. I guess we should start from the beginning. You're born in ketosis. Every baby is birthed into ketosis. God made you that way. Man screws you up. And then when
so in other words, if you're breastfeed, you'll stay in ketosis.
And if you're breastfed for a year, 2 years, you stay in ketosis until the mom or daddy gives you a little Cheerio and as a finger food. That's carbohydrates, and the baby flips. Every night you go to sleep, you go into slight ketosis. So if you go to bed at midnight, you sleep till 8, all the way through the night. God had you made so that you're burning your fat for fuel. You get up in the morning, you eat Special K, you eat oatmeal, you eat grits. I won't say Rico's eating grits. As soon as you do that, your body switches from burning your fat in ketosis, switches over to glycolysis, which is storing your fat and trying to use sugar. So if you didn't eat that way for breakfast and you had a couple eggs and a piece of bacon, you'll stay in ketosis through breakfast.
I can have eggs and bacon?
And you'll lose weight and be healthy. Did I show you this study? Did I show you the study? He asked about bacon earlier, or it was Rico. 2 pounds a day, this guy ate bacon, nothing but bacon. I don't recommend this, just telling you what it was. There's a study on, it's on Fox News right now, well, a couple days ago. He ate nothing but bacon, 2 pounds a day for 30 days, and all his blood work came back healthier. He was 19 pounds lighter. His stomach came in like 10 inches. It was like a miracle thing, bacon. So there you go.
His joints didn't hurt or
Nope.
anything?
Now, long term, we know the acidity of that's going to be an issue, but for 30 days,
It
it's
brought
perfectly
everything
fine.
back in line. Nice.
'Cause he was in
so let's
ketosis.
let me talk about that for a second then.
Okay.
Profiling. You know, is a carb's a carbs, a sugar's a sugar,
Sure.
a fat's a fat, a protein's a protein. No, a ketone's a ketone. Let's keep on. Let's keep on.
Yeah,
Because
that's
people are gonna say,
true.
well, if you're in
They'll say
ketosis,
they're
all
acidic.
acid is going to
Yep.
be this and that. No, you got to look at where it came from, and even more importantly, like if it's a meat or if it's an egg, for example, we were talking to Mr. Carey earlier. You know, you got to look at what did that animal eat? Was it grain fed? Okay, if it was grain fed, then we're talking about inflammatory.
Wheat belly.
Wheat belly,
Wheat stuff.
bradykinin, serotonin, all the inflammatory exudates, serotonin, bradykinin, they all come out in the body, and it's not good. So we don't want that. So you got to be particular attention. You can eat the eggs, or you can even eat the meat, but what did the meat eat? Was it grass-fed or was it grain-fed? Free range or raised in a cage?
Well, let's go back to the God thing. Isn't it more common sense if something's free range that it's probably the way it should be? You know, the way it was, you know, before force-fed with tubes down their throat, shoving the stuff down. That's
Right, exactly.
a little difference in
So
there.
the profiling, find out what you're eating, what did it eat? That makes a huge difference in what you're going to experience, right? And again, based on alkalinity or acidity. And again, just let's talk about alkalinity and acidity. We have a pool, right? People understand they have a pool. If you know a pool
Swimming
water,
pool.
swimming pool, right? It's supposed to be a certain pH,
I was a lifeguard for 5 years, definitely.
7 point.
Well, depending, but 7.2, 7.0.
Now he's getting technical.
Well,
7.4, give or
Yeah,
take.
give or
And
take.
so the chemistry gets off. It fades away. the
algae
chlorine
will
comes out.
grow, fungus
Green,
will
brown,
grow.
black. I'm not going in that pool.
Cloudy.
That's ugly. Do we have to throw the baby out with the bathwater?
What does that mean?
Do we have to get rid of the water in order to change, get back blue, pretty water?
Not if you have good filter and you can put in some alkalinity.
Right, and so we just raise the
Bicarbonate. Oh, your
the pH.
the pH
I'm
back
getting
up.
technical now.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, sodium bicarbonate, sodium hydroxyl solution, blah, blah, blah. Okay.
Well, if you
The
added it,
pH.
it would do it.
You raise the pH with something alkaline, and then that brown, ugly water becomes bright, pretty blue again.
Yep.
Yay! So it's the same in the human body. If you got brown, ugly water in the form of yeast, fungus, mold, bacteria, and yes, even the big C, cancer, thrives without oxygen. In fact, let's talk about what they do. That's just for the heck of it. Poor people with cancer out there. I say poor. Actually, slap myself. Why did I slap myself? Because you people with the big C actually have a second opportunity at life. Huh? Let me explain. If you have a normal cell and all it could be is normal and healthy and fun and happy and free, or nothing at all, okay, then when it's time to change because of what you ate or drank or thought or rubbed on or bathed in, produce more acidity and therefore less oxygen and more carbon dioxide, and normal cells can't breathe oxygen, carbon dioxide, so they'll have to morph. It's called pleomorphism. Y'all like Googlers out there, Google this. P-L-E-O morphism. That's the second word. Pleomorphism means many shapes, many changes. All right, so my point is, a normal cell can only be normal or nothing. Then when it's time to change because what you did, then you get nothing. And then you're not here anymore. Game over. Is that good? Is that fun? No.
So what you're saying is cancer still gives them a
A
chance to change.
Number two. Hey, I hate you. Why did you give me another chance to live? I spite you. Really? If somebody saved your life and gave you would downgrade them, slap them, bad talk them, bad mouth. Well,
So
I
many
can't
people
believe you
wouldn't
did
be
that.
willing to
Look
change
at
their
you. You're
diet.
horrible trying to kill me like that. I pulled you out of a burning house. I gave you a second chance at life, and now you hate me. Okay. Time to rethink that, because again, it's pleomorphism. One cell doesn't stay one cell its life. It can't dictate its environment. It's what you eat, drink, think, rub on, and bathe in. You dictate the environment of the cell. What it decides to swim in is up to you, not
Can
the
the
cell.
cancer go back then to normal?
Yes, and it does go back. It does go back. It'll change back into a normal cell. Huh? Pleomorphism. Y'all Google it. Dr. Robert Young, he's got a great video on it. He actually shows a rod-formed bacteria changing from a rod-formed bacteria into a cancer cell back to a rod-formed bacteria. That's with a live cell or dark field microscopy. what I call it. It's on YouTube. Robert Young, Young. Okay, y'all need to get up with this because this is your life, this is your health. If you're waiting for a guy or a girl in a white jacket to take over for you, you've waited too long. Now, they're great for crisis care and they're awesome people and they really do care, but they don't have the tools to get you healthy and well. They have the tools to stop you from dying, and that's important. That's
Slightly,
important. That's
yeah.
important. So, but they're not there. They're not geared towards McDonald's food in hospital is not geared for your health. Waking you up every 2 hours is not geared for your health. Giving you a big fat pill of potassium because you're on a diuretic and it has 1 mineral when there's 82 minerals that are being pulled out of you is not geared towards your health. It's okay. They don't understand it. They don't know that. It's not their fault. That's not what they study in school. And I hope I'm not being demeaning. What I'm saying is there's something called pathology, and that's what all medical professionals study. They study death and disease. What causes disease? Why does this happen? Why did this condition come on this person? Well, that's fine and dandy, but that's not going to tell you what causes health. So in other words, if I wanted wealth, I wouldn't go to a trailer park, for example, and say, how'd you guys get all your money? And I'm not downing trailer parks because I actually live in one, so by no means am I degrading that. I'm a motorhome actually, but well, it's a trailer. And the point is, I don't care where you live. I care what you understand. You have to understand that if you go to somebody that studies death and disease, then you'll find out about death and disease. If you go to somebody that studies health and wellness, then you'll find out what's going on with your wellness. Okay? So I'm not death and disease. We're not death and disease.
Well, we're specifically opening up the weight loss clinic,
Right.
and we were on our third thing.
On
So
the
it was your
tangent,
turn. Yeah.
Kind of,
So what was your third thing? I just went, so it was your
Oh,
turn.
my third thing.
Another service we offer.
Okay, on the hyperbaric is went over the hyperbaric oxygen, went over the personalized training. So we have Big Chris out there that he knows his stuff inside and out, and he's going to look at whatever body part you chose, and he's going to target exercise, just work on that body part. And
Is it fluff? Is it play? Did they get sore?
no, you don't have time to play. In fact, a lot of people quit there because they didn't do recess. Maybe I said that wrong. Okay, never mind. The point is, no, we don't play there. Chris is very serious. He takes very serious. What about our equipment now? Plus, Chris has got some new, refurbished, repadded. Everything's
New
looking
equipment, new
brand new
pieces,
equipment. That's the other thing I want to say too is that we did spend a lot of time, a lot of effort.
A lot of money.
So that too, so that we can be up there because when you come into a place, I'm just going to tell people the truth. Okay, I talk to them, tell them the truth.
Hopefully.
Okay. Well, no, I'm serious because it used to be when I thought if I refer Mr. C to somewhere, I think I'm doing a good service because I know what he needs. I know this person over here he doesn't know, so I'm going to tell him about him. But if Mr. C comes back to me and says, "Hey, Dr. Mike, what the hell were you thinking?" Excuse my French. That place is disgusting. They had stains in the carpet. They had bugs in the ceiling. They had tile. They had coffee stains on this. And those people were ugly. They were mean. They didn't even look at me. It was beveled glass. I had to ring a bell. It took me an hour before they even recognized I was there. Okay, I'm feeling kind of like, why did I say that? Why did I do that? I'm not going to do that again. So it's not selflessness that's causing me to do that. It's selfishness. I want to make sure when I refer him to a place, he's going to come back and say, hey, what a nice place. What nice people. They really helped me. And the bathrooms were super clean and super nice. And when you put your hands underneath the faucet, it actually changes color. We got some faucets the other day from Amazon, but yeah. Anyway, they're really cool.
They get the
change color,
results,
sorry.
and the
Yeah,
people
and they
care,
get results.
and that.
So that's why he's here. He's here to keep me online because I think like this all the time. I go in 15 directions. I don't know if I should apologize for that. I just tell
You're
people
hyper.
that's who I am. Yeah. Can't help it. Okay, so we went the extra mile so you could come in and do less than a mile and get a mile's results and be able to go home to your family and friends and say, hey, there's a cool place. It's upscale. It's nice. It's neat. It's clean, and they really help. And we got some dramatic results. And even if you don't, check this out. The reason why we named it,
What we name it? Wow.
Exactly. One word, wow. So when they look at you and you don't say anything, and they say, hey, wow, what happened to you? And you say, I don't remember. Well, wait a minute. You said, wow, I do remember. Wow, weight loss. That's where I went. Thank you for reminding me. And so your friends, that's the whole idea, is our results are going to be so dramatic, so quick that your friends are going to say something, whether you do or not. They're going to recognize what happens to you. And I think that is a wow in my book.
Definitely.
Okay. So what's next? What else do we do? Anything else?
Yeah, quite a few things. You only hit 4.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. Well, then you can go ahead and go into the Brazilian butt lift laser program. I'm trying to use that properly. Where we have Russian STEM technology, electronic technology that literally, and not figuratively, literally gives a non-surgical Brazilian butt lift.
To the derriere.
To the
gluteus
ladies
maximus.
and guys,
Gluteus
I guess.
maximus.
Gluteus maximus is going to rise,
Gluteus
and
is
the
gonna come
bicep
up.
femoris will tie in better with
And
the hamstring.
it's going to stay there?
Yes, yeah, it's enough times, about 6 times, or minimum is 6 visits, but yes, after 6 visits.
So
yeah.
it gets lifted up and then exercise worked
We have
out.
before and after pictures, so yeah.
Okay, wow. So ladies, how many of y'all would like a tighter, more
Perkier.
uplifted butt?
Perkier.
Yes, okay. All right, so we have that technology. What else do we have?
Well, you can go into the fat wraps themselves, where they're wrapped in a cellophane type material
Detox,
with,
the detox wrap?
with the little wrap things on top of their belly or whatever part of their arm.
Okay. So it actually detoxes us then at that moment. And so, wow, so we have all this technology, all these
All these services
in
3
one
minutes.
place. Okay, so let's couple minutes, let's talk about the open house.
Yes, October 24th, next Tuesday, or coming up Tuesday.
October 24th.
At 10 in the morning till 7 at night.
Music.
There's music, food. There's going to be a free TV given away,
60-inch smart television.
TV.
Microcurrent facelifts, ladies. How many y'all's faces want to be lifted sides the rear end?
Well, both ends. So.
The rear end
Cover
and the front
both.
end. A front end alignment and a back end alignment.
Yeah. Sometimes people need that.
Okay, all right.
Free
Oh,
diet
Lord.
foods, free drinks, free. We're going to talk to people about everything.
T-shirts, our brand new T-shirts.
Free
We have
T-shirt
bright
giveaways.
green and pink and blue, beautiful
Yep.
T-shirts. They're going to be some of the
So
door
that's
prizes.
at 3452 Hogansville Road.
Road.
You'll see it on there, I guess, after
The old
show.
John Deere building.
Yeah, right next to the Gospel Barn, which used to be
And
there.
the barbecue. Can't forget One Stop. We got to
One
plug
Stop
them.
Barbecue. Okay.
One Stop Barbecue, which also has ketogenic foods.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go ahead and plug them. You also have ketogenic foods there so that you can get some baked beans, steamed beans.
Green beans.
Green beans. Coleslaw, which may or may not have too many
I
carbs,
like
but they have a
coleslaw.
dessert that's made with stevia. It's like a parfait, some kind of parfait. So anyway, it's good. It's good stuff. Fried chicken, fried fish, boom.
So we're gonna have a lot of things there for you all. It's gonna be everything's free, everything's open. You get to see the whole place. We'll walk you around, show you everything,
please,
answer all your questions. You know, everything you need.
Yeah, so if you're serious about losing weight, you really want to start your new year off right, you've been telling people, hey, I need to get down to my fighting weight, I need to get back down into these pants or into this dress or where I was in high school, we have the place.
Yeah, and exact measurements. Every day you're gonna get measured. So yeah,
And so all you have to do, like we just told Mr. C, is
show up.
Can you do that? Will you do that? Well, you have to because nobody can show up.
We do have
for you.
affordable plans for you too. So it'll be
Yeah,
4
let's
days
talk
a
about it.
week.
Yeah, how much is it going to cost? How much is it going to cost somebody? Let's talk
Depending
about
if they have a qualifying issue that they can see you for or not. Payment plans as low as $30 a week, up to a little bit higher if they need to do a cash. So
Right.
Cash
Okay,
away.
but we will make it affordable. We will make it affordable. Okay, so we got the big finger. That's not the middle finger from Mr. C. It's the first finger, which means 1 minute. 1 minute. Thank you, brother,
appreciate
for
it.
coming on.
Thanks for allowing me back on.
Yeah, sir. Always. You know that. We just kid around a lot. Okay, so basically, we appreciate you. Please like us, love us. I even hate us if you want to, but tell people about us. Go talk to your family and friends, just like you have. Bring more people back. We like to listen. The more listeners, the better, because we want to answer your questions too.
Yeah.
Once y'all keep mailing in, we're going to start getting the address, the email address on the bottom, so you can start telling us what you want us to talk about, what you'd like to hear, what you'd like to see, or maybe what you'd like to have somebody work on. You know, where they have this problem, that problem. Doc, how do you fix this? How do you fix my TMJ? How do you fix my stomach? How do you fix my
the
heels?
knee?
How do you fix my knee? Yeah, we're going to do something about that kind of personal here in just a moment. But anyway, thank you again. We thank you for joining us, really taking the time out of your day, your night, whatever you happen to be watching that. And remember, it is streaming 24/7 right here on WJCN TV 22.com, right? WJCNTV.com? Gmail.com. And on the website, WGCNTV.com. WJCNTV.com. 24/7. The name of the show?
What's up,
What's
Doc?
up, Doc? Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.